Good evening, guys. Welcome to Life Lived. I'm finally on my way back into work. I had my 7 days off, and then my brother and his family came down for the weekend, so I took an extra 3 days off. And so I'm going back tonight for the next 4 nights, and then I'll be off for my week. I showed you in the last video how Niley made a bookshelf. Well, she sold it today. Somebody came by and bought it. She made herself a little bit of money. We also sold our side-by-side the other day, which I mentioned in the last video. So we'll be in the market for a new one. Well, maybe not a brand new one, a new one to us. Guys, it is the next day. Got a little project to work on here. As normal when I'm out here, sorry about the wind. It's a little bit windy. Probably hearing some background noise. I'll try and keep it blocked so it's not too annoying. Here's my project. I've shown you this before. I ran this water pipe, and this is where we water our trees and our garden from. And when I put it in, I attached this to a large stake. It's starting to wobble a little bit, so I'm going to put some concrete around it just to make sure it is secure. And so the first thing I need to do is dig a hole.
Yeah, I ripped out my tooth last night. It was bugging me. I couldn't let it go.
I know.
You lost the tooth last night? I think we already owe I think the tooth fairy owes for 4 or 5 teeth. The tooth fairy around our house is horrible, let me tell you.
She's pretty lame at my house.
Yeah, normally it takes at least a month for the tooth fairy to come. And normally the tooth fairy just comes and gives us the money, and then we have to give it to the kids.
Dude, why don't you just keep it?
Well, now
That's
only
true.
that. With the first two child, the tooth fairy make a pillow to, and everything. Then they put it in there. After that, I don't think so. Then I never see the pillow fairy.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
I think that the tooth fairy changed house after the second child. Which don't work at the same.
I have all my teeth
It's
missing
like
right here.
assistant tooth fairies by that point. They're annoying.
I think
They don't do their job.
Hudson has a bag of teeth that the tooth fairy owes him for.
I'm keeping my teeth.
You went under? Nice.
I can barely swim. I'm gonna go jump off. I can barely swim, but it's so deep over here. I can't even see.
Good evening, guys. I'm on my way into work for night number 3 of 4. I took a couple days off at the beginning of the hitch, so I've only got tonight and tomorrow night left. I have not flown yet. The last 2 nights have been very quiet. We'll see what happens today. Adelise is going home with Mary to Washington for a couple weeks. So we're saying goodbye.
Bye, baby. Be good, okay?
Goodbye.
Thanks for coming. Adelise, you're not gonna say goodbye? Bye. Love you. You're good, okay? Make good decisions. Come back though.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.
See ya. And off they go. So I've got a little bit of work to do on this little dirt bike. This is an older Suzuki DS80. I don't even know what year it is. We bought it last summer. It's had a rough life. There's a lot wrong with it, really. I mean, it runs fine, but right now the carburetor leaks. Anytime I turn the fuel on, there's a constant leak out of the float chamber. So I got a carburetor rebuild kit for it. Got it off of eBay for about 30 bucks. And so I'm gonna pull the carburetor out of the dirt bike and do a little rebuild on it. Hopefully that'll prevent the leaking. So I've got the carburetor out of the motorcycle, and now I am just going to replace all the little parts and pieces that the rebuild kit came with. All right, I think I got the new parts in and adjusted correctly. It doesn't seem to leak anymore. There's no fuel tank on it right now, but I had it setting underneath the fuel tank. And it doesn't seem to leak anymore, so it's time to put it all back together. All right, I got it all back together. Look, I got extra parts. Just kidding.
Always.
When it was originally made, it had an oil injection system since it's a 2-stroke, but previous owners had disconnected the oil injection system. They cut the line and just capped it with a screw. So I decided why bother putting it back in. So now there's an empty space on this side, but we've just been running premix in it, and I imagine it's been run with premix for quite a long time. So, and it runs fine like that. So it seems to not be leaking, so I think this job is done. I'm on my way in for night number 4 of 4, and then off for a week. Got the dirt bike all finished up and put back together. We got rid of a kid this week. Well, we traded a kid. We have my niece is staying with us for the time that Adelise is going to be away. And I think this is where we're going to end this one. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good week.